What is up, guys? Welcome back to this new video, and today I'm going to be covering 4 different lessons that I learned in my first year of business. So if you guys weren't aware, I started my very first business at the age of around 15. So I got my start in e-commerce with my own clothing brand, and I gradually moved into dropshipping, and then this gradually progressed into servicing, right? So right now I kind of run a marketing consultancy. I work with a lot of online service providers and the like, right? And I set up this business as a limited company at the age of 18. I turned 20 a few days ago on the 11th. So I've been in business for just over a year, and I just want to kind of show you the whirlwind and roller coaster of sort of lessons that I learned in this year, because there are quite a few. But if I could distill it down to just 4 lessons, and that was a tough thing to do, it took me a while to write this, I would do these 4 right here. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. So lesson 1, and this is probably one of the most important lessons, but it's specialize. So when I got my start, right, I was kind of working with anybody who would give me money, and in the beginning, I strongly recommend you do this because you are cash flow poor, you need the money and the revenue, because that's really how you drive growth in your business. However, after a while, you'll begin to realize that it's not scalable and it's not a duplicatable process to just be working with all these clients. So I was kind of doing what everyone was telling me to. I was sort of reaching out to every single client or potential client. So cold email, Upwork, cold call, like you name it. I was just calling up random businesses, dentists, real estate agents, hell, like everything. Anyone that could perhaps give me money and would need my service, they would be a potential prospect of mine. Now, although this is fine in the beginning and you can make it work for you, I found my calling when I began to specialize. So if you didn't know, I specialize in the martial arts industry, right? Because I got my start in martial arts back when I was 5 or 6. I got my black belt. I've competed a few times. I was very familiar with the terminology, right? So I found it quite easy to go ahead and speak to these people. And the fact I could do this meant I was able to scale to a fair few clients rather quickly, right? Because they saw who I was, they knew that I'd sort of had this experience already, and I was passionate about the industry, and I wasn't there just to make money. And they also saw I had results. So after I got my first client, after they started getting some students, got some testimonials, the next one came quite fast, right? And from there, it kind of scaled up. And just for full transparency, sorry, I don't really service this niche anymore, as I found there wasn't too much money there. However, I still do take on clients every now and then. I mostly focus on the online service industry, so agency owners, coaches, and stuff like that, right, in helping them get inbound dream clients. I'll leave some links in the description below so you can find out a bit more about that. But that's besides the point, right? So my first point here was specialists make more money and have more fun. Having been on both ends of the spectrum, I can truly attest to this, and I'd recommend you specialize as soon as possible. So again, it's easier to get clients because once you have a system that gets you one client and you get results for that one client in a certain niche, other clients who are in that niche are sort of going to see you, right? There's a special term for it. I'm not sure what it's called. Fractals, I believe that's it. So you can do something on a small scale and it allows you to basically do it on a larger scale. It's something Sam Oven spoke about, which I think is a very true concept. So again, exponential effect. You get one client in a niche, you get them results. Other clients in that niche are sort of going to gravitate to you. You start getting more clients will start seeing you, and you see what I mean, right? There's sort of that exponential effect taking place. And it's easier to scale. So I found that one sort of process that works for one martial arts school was able to work for another martial arts school, right? And I'm also finding it with my online service business clients, right? So one sort of process that works for a coach will work for another coach. One process works for an agency owner to get clients will work for another one. And it's far easier to scale in this sense. So duplicatable, right, as it removes all complexity. So rather than trying to focus on a broad variety of different niches and trying to figure each one of them out, you stick with one, you become an expert in one, and you master your craft. So specialize, that's my first lesson, one of the biggest ones. Take what you want from that. So lesson 2 is focusing on the customer and never assume I know, as I can't fight the market. And this is something a lot of people do, right? They assume they know what people want without actually asking them. So for example, let's take the social media marketing industry. You kind of just assume that real estate agents want more leads, right? You kind of just assume that dentists want more clients. You just assume that restaurants want more customers, right? These are all assumptions. You're not actually asking the market. And although it may seem fairly obvious that a lot of businesses just want more customers, some of them don't, right? Some of them want a certain type of customer, or some of them want something else, right? So For example, maybe you're targeting restaurants, and all the big horses are telling you, right, restaurants just want more customers, so you got to promote all this stuff, right? Maybe you should actually speak to the restaurant owner and ask what type of customer he wants. You should ask what days he's experienced sort of a downturn in the business and needs more clients, right? Um, and this is going to allow you to get a far better understanding of what he actually wants, which is going to be far easier for you to start selling from, right? So you can't fight the market. Don't assume you know everything. So yeah, don't assume. Just ask. Ask potential clients. Speak to them. Take them out for coffee. Ask them questions. Get an understanding of their actual business. Um, don't think you know anything, and research. So again, right, a lot of people kind of assume that they know everything about a business when in reality they don't. It's all about the research. So I came into this, I was like, right, I know how to get clients. All I need to do is start cold calling, start emailing, and I know what to do. I can help them, right? In reality, you're wrong most of the time with what you think they want, which is why it's so important just ask the market and not try and fight the market. So focusing on the customer will be better in the long run. Now, a lot of people sort of spread this out, but what does that actually mean? Well, focusing on the customer means focusing on results, getting them the best results possible, paying close attention, and making sure that they're comfortable, I guess you could say, through the entire process. And every decision you make should be with the customer in mind, because in the end, you're trying to run this for the long run, right? This isn't a short run business. And finally, it makes for good referral business. So if you can focus on the customer, get them good results, and establish a good connection with that one client, then they're going to be more likely to refer you to other clients, right? They're going to tell their friends, they're going to start speaking to more people, and it's going to be a lot easier for you to start getting some referral business. So lesson 3, my personal and business life are interlinked. Now, this is something I, again, learned from Sam Ovens because I took his Consulting Accelerator program. I'll leave a link to that in the description below if you want to learn more about that. But what I found is that all the facets of my personal life reflected in my business life. Now, what do I mean by that? So I found that if I was lazy one day, my business would be lazy. If I'm healthy, my business will be healthy. So I found that when I was going to the gym a lot, when I was eating healthy, when I was focusing on my mindset and reading, I was getting more customers, I was getting more clients, and I was getting happier clients, right? And I found that the days I would be drinking a lot of alcohol and I would be going out with my friends and I wouldn't be focusing on the business would become lazy, right? I'd find it harder to get clients, I'd be more groggy, I'd not post, you see what I mean, right? If I'm lazy, my business is lazy. If I'm healthy, the business is healthy. And I also learned that your business is a reflection of you, so you should take care of it. So you are essentially a large facet of your business, right? If you're not showing up every single day and giving it your all, then it's going to be hard for you to scale. It's going to be hard for your business to really take off, right? So if you take care of yourself, then your business kind of just takes care of itself as well, right? So this can be quite a hard bullet to bite because a lot of people won't really think that. But if you really look at it, it's so true, right? The days that you're unhealthy, the days that you can't be asked to do something are usually the days where your business suffers and your health also suffers. So strongly recommend looking into that, right? And my fourth and final lesson is stop playing the victim. So again, this is kind of something I did. I was like, right, it's the government's fault I'm not successful. It's this guy's fault I'm not successful. It's this guy's fault, whatever. Like, I was blaming everything, anyone, apart from myself, right? But in reality, it's all you. It's not on a government. It's not on a client. It's not on a customer of yours. It's not on a prospect. It's all on you, right? And it's how you react to it. So blaming others will only hinder your success. And just remember that life happens for you and not to you. So that's it, guys. My 4 big lessons. I encourage you to pause the video and give them a read and take what you can from them. So if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.